Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of OG Sports the Podcast. You already know it's on the mic. It's your boy Jonathan Baker. Catch me every week on DFWI Radio on DFWI.com with my homeboy T every week as we get it down on all sports talk. Coming to you guys today after the NBA draft. As I said on my last video, when I said I wasn't very high on Jabari Smith, that I was highest on Paulo Mancaro, and we saw what happened. Paulo Mancaro went number one, Chet Holmgren went number two, Jabari Smith fell down to number three. So your boy knows what he's talking about. But coming to you guys for all the Mavericks fans out there today, got to hit with the Mavs talk because that's my team. Everything else. So I know everybody's interested to see to talk about and get a little more analysts on the Dallas Mavericks draft pick today as they traded back up to the second round with the 37th pick. And they took Jaden Hardy, 6-foot guard, 198 pounds, 19 years old, from Henderson, Nevada, out of Coronado High School. Played for the G League Ignite this year, which was McDonald's All-American last year. In the G League this year, averaged 17 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Shot 35% from the floor, 26% from three, 88% from the free throw line. Granted, he only played 12 games for the G League this year. Now, so what are my thoughts on Jaden Hardy? So on the film that I watched on Jaden Hardy, I found this on the web. So the first thing that stands out is this. I'm shocked that he fell to 37. Watching film on him, I definitely saw first-round talent. Kind of very shocked that he fell that far to 37. So at getting him at 37, I think you got great value there. You got very good value there. Now, from what I think of him after watching film, a solid ball handler. Very solid ISO guy. Good at attacking off ball screens. When he's coming off ball screens to pick and roll, he reads it very well. When they're doing drop coverage, he's pulling for the mid range shot. He's knocking it down. He can attack. He also looks to attack off the ball screen, off the dribble. He's a very strong finisher, very strong guard, very good at absorbing contact. Can finish around the rim very good. He's a good passer. He's a good passer in traffic and in transition. And he, like I say, he's very good finishing around the rim. The main thing, too, that I saw is he can create space off the dribble. He can create his own offense. He can create his own shot. Watching him, I think Dallas might have something there. Because when you're watching him, you forget he's only 19 years old. And I say about a lot of these 19-year-old kids that are in the NBA draft, they have room to grow. They have a lot of room to grow. Watching Jaden Hardy and seeing that he's only 19, I do look at it as Dallas might legit have something here. Do I think he can turn into like a superstar, all-star type player? Possibly not. Do I think he can develop to a possible NBA starter? Yeah. Honestly, yeah. It's not going to happen overnight. It may not happen for like 2 years from now, but he's 19 now. I think by the time he's 21, about 2 years from now, if he develops, if he improves his perimeter shooting, improves his lateral quickness a little bit more, improves his ball handling and ISO game, if he improves and develops his skill set more, and can and he's not the quickest guy, but if he can learn to use change of pace, because he does have a good first step. He can stop on a dime. And he has great hesitation on his skill set. if he can develop these things, develop a more consistent shot, yeah, I think he could turn into a legit starter. So I think Dallas legit might have something there. And I'm not just saying it because I'm a Mavericks fan. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys regardless. Dallas legit might have something there. So in 2 years, yeah, he at the value that you got him at 37, yeah, Dallas might have gotten one of the steals of the draft here. I was very impressed with what I saw. What I saw with him, if he was 22, 23, I'd have like, you are at that point. Um, I wouldn't have expected much, but seeing what he's doing, and he was doing this at 18, 19 years old, he still has a lot of room to grow. And that's the thing that makes this kind of hard from a scouting standpoint, because you do have to project to a degree when these kids are 18, 19 years old. You do have to project because you have to realize too, there's still about 3 years, maybe four from their friend being the reaching their peak and hitting their finished product. So, but I truly believe his ceiling is an NBA starter. I That's my ceiling. I see him. I wouldn't be shocked if 2 years from now he's a starting wing for the Dallas Mavericks, averaging 16 to 18 points per game. I actually can see that. I can see that potential. So I'm glad with the pick. I think Dallas got great value at 37 in the second round. Again, when I watched film of him, I saw first round talent. And that's what makes this a great value pick. And if he develops his ball handling, more consistent jump shot, I can improve his lateral quickness just a little bit more, understand change of pace from to expand and improve his ISO game in 101. Yeah, yeah. So I'm very happy with the pick that Dallas made today at 37 with Jaden Hardy. Now, going to the next phase of this video, with the 2022 NBA draft now officially over, I'm going to give you guys my way too early prospects and names to look for next year in 2023 draft. Now, again, this is way too early. So much can change over the next 12 months before we get to the draft next year. But I'm just going to give you guys 5 names and a little bit about them on guys that I think will be high draft picks or in the NBA draft for next year. So number 1, you got Cam Whitmore, 18 years old, out of Maryland, out of Archbishop Spalding High School. Signed to Villanova, 6'7", 210 pounds. When I watch film of him right now, he's a strong guard, plays a lot of bully ball, strong finisher around the rim, ball handling, shooting, perimeter game needs some development, but the physical tools, they're there. They're there. Nick Smith Jr., 6'4", guard out of 175 pounds, out of Little Rock, Arkansas, from North Little Rock High School, 18 years old, was a McDonald's All-American, MVP of the Jordan Brand Classic, was the number 1 point guard in the nation. He'll be playing at the University of Arkansas. Arkansas has a stud recruiting class coming in with Nick Smith Jr., Jordan Walsh, and Anthony Black. But Nick Smith Jr., kid is very athletic, solid shooter, good ball handler, good playmaker. He's the kid coming out of high school. I think he will be Arkansas's best player from day one. Right out of high school at 18. If he plays the way I think he's able to play from what I saw in film, he has potential to be a top 10 to 5 pick in next year's draft. He's going to be Arkansas's best player from day one. He's a name that you're going to hear quite a bit. Trust me when I say that. You got Derek Lively, 18 years old, out of Pennsylvania from Westtown School, 7 foot, 200-pound center. ESPN had him as the #1 recruit in the nation. Um, Solid athlete at 7 foot. Can't dribble, can't put the ball on the floor, can knock down the three, can't knock down the perimeter shot. The biggest weakness that I saw was that all of his offense had to be created for him. He was not able to create any, if much, offense at all for himself. Didn't really have a face-up game. Didn't really have a back-to-the-basket game. So his skill set is going to be extremely raw. He needs a lot of development. But the physical tools, the athletic tools, they're there. You got to realize this kid just turned 18. He was just 17 a few months ago. So you can project that if he develops his skill set, he'd be a pretty good player. But just from his size and physical tools, I totally expect him to be one and done at Duke. Somebody's going to take a chance on him in the draft next year. The fourth kid that have Derek Whitehead, 6'6", 190 pounds, 17 years old, from Newark, New Jersey. Went to the powerhouse Montverde Academy in Florida. Signed to Duke, was McDonald's All-American MVP. It said he's 190. He looked bigger than that when I saw him on film. Not the fastest guy in the open court, but very strong finisher at the rim, solid perimeter game, solid skill set, can knock down the three, can put the ball on the floor. When you watch him, he was just the strongest guard on the floor. That's really what it was. So he has some potential pretty good. I expect him to be one and done at Duke. Expect him to be in the draft next year. Now, this fifth name I'm going to about to give you, this kid is different. And I want you guys to remember this name, Scoot Henderson. 6'2" guard, 195 pounds, 18 years old, out of Marietta, Georgia, Carlton Kell High School, graduated high school a year early to play in the G League for the G League Ignite. So this kid was playing against grown men at 17. And in high school, his numbers are just ridiculous. Kid as a junior was averaging 32 points per game, had a career high of 49. The kid high school numbers are just ridiculous. Won Georgia State Player of the Year as a sophomore and a junior. I don't think you guys realize how ridiculous that is to win State Player of the Year as a sophomore and to win State Player of the Year as a junior. He skipped his senior year. He graduated a year early, went to the G League Ignite, played in the G League. So he was playing against grown men, like I said, at 17. And in his third game in the G League, dropped 31, 7, and 7. Watching film of this kid, the kid is athletic. His understanding of the game, his IQ is well beyond his years. His footwork was very good. His game is so smooth, so fluid. Great ball handler, good passer, good playmaker. Watching his game, I was just in awe that this kid was just 17 years old against grown men doing what he was doing. And even this year, because he turned 18 in February. So, and just watching his game, he's just well beyond his years. And it reminded me of a bigger, little bit more athletic Chris Paul. And I'm going to be real here. Watching Scoot Henderson's film, I see all-stars, possible superstar potential with this kid. This kid is just different. Like, his skill set is there. The athleticism is there. The strength is there. I rarely say this. I was almost floored watching this film. So remember the name Scoot Henderson? I think there's a chance this kid might be the number one pick in the draft next year. I am very, very high on this Scoot Henderson kid. Seriously. I think this kid has all-star, maybe even superstar potential. Again, like I said, this kid is different. So, but those are just 5 names to look for next year. Look out for Scoot Henderson. I'm telling you right now, keep an eye on this kid. You're going to hear this kid name a lot going into the draft next year. So until next time, guys, deuce.